Today's Saturday, July 15th, 2023, and today I'm going to read 1 Kings chapter 4, and I'm really enjoying reading through 1 Kings. It's kind of fitting because earlier in the year I read through Ecclesiastes. I've actually studied the Song of Songs a little bit this year, which is interesting. And Solomon also wrote Proverbs. Not something that I honestly have spent a lot of time going through, but maybe I'll go through Proverbs at some point this year just to finish doing things involving Solomon. So 1 Kings, we now have just gone up through the history of how Solomon came to lead over Israel. And so we're just continuing to read from there. So King Solomon was king over all Israel. And these were the princes which he had: Azariah the son of Zadok the priest, Elihareph and Ahiah the sons of Shisha scribes, Jehoshaphat the son of Ahilud the recorder, and Benaniah the son of Jehoiada was over the host, and Zadok and Abiathar were the priests, and Azariah the son of Nathan was over the officers, and Zabud the son of Nathan was principal officer and the king's friend. And Abishar was over the household, and Adoniram the son of Abda was over the tribute. And Solomon had 12 officers over all Israel, which provided victuals for the king and his household. Each man his month in a year made provision. And these are their names: the son of Hur in Mount Ephraim, the son of Dekar in Makaz, and in Shalbim, and Bethshemesh, and Elan-Bethnahan, the son of Hesed in Arubath. To him pertained Soshash and all the land of Hepher. The son of Abinadab in all the region of Dor, which had Tephath the daughter of Solomon to wife. Bana the son of Ahilud, to him pertained Tanakh and Megiddo, and all Bethshean, which is by Zartanah, beneath Jezreel, from Bethshean to Abel-Meholah, even unto the place that is beyond Jokneam. So, man, there were a lot of places to know and peoples to know about, and I think it's clear that this chapter is like a governmental declaration for posterity and for drawing the lines, I believe. This is a declaration of how the power is going to be split up and who the people are in this region, where their regions begin and end. I think that this is largely a governmental chapter, talking about how they're going to structure the society with Solomon leading. Continuing on. Verse 13, the son of Geber in Ramoth Gilead, to him pertain the towns of Jair the son of Manasseh, which are in Gilead. To him also pertain the region of Argob, which is in Bashan, 80 great cities with walls and brazen bars. So, in the times past, land was much more utilized by grand cities and walled cities. We can only imagine how many amazing cities, maybe rivaling the scope of the big cities that we still have left today. There were tons of cities all over the place. So this is just mentioning one area has 80, so 3 times 12, 30, so there were 36. Wait, is a score 20 or 12? Actually, a score is 20, right? I don't know why my mind went to 12. So 80 great cities, that's 60 cities. That's incredible. So I'm just going to have to keep reading, and I'm going to have to double check. The score is 20, right? I don't know why my mind is not certain. But anyways, a lot of big cities with all of the cities used to have giant walls. That's the reason that cities all over have these giant arcs, or like the Arc de Triomphe and stuff. I think that all of these cities used to have giant walls all over them, and that just over the years the walls have been torn down. Verse 14. Ahinadab, the son of Iddo, had Mahanaim. Just reading these things, it almost seems like Manhattan or something. I don't know. Who knows where these places were? I do think that the United States were biblical lands. I kind of don't trust what they tell us about modern history. And I don't trust what they tell us. Like, say you read about a place in the Bible and you're like, oh, I want to go like Lebanon, but I'm interested in Lebanon in the Bible. Let me go look up modern day Lebanon. I don't believe that what they tell us is Lebanon is modern day Lebanon. I just don't believe that. It's just too easy over the years to change the names of places, and yeah, I don't believe what they tell us today. Okay, so more to get through. Ahimaaz was in Naphtali. He also took Basmath, the daughter of Solomon, to wife. Benah, the son of Hushai, was in Asher and in Alath. Jehoshaphat, the son of Purah, in Issachar. Shimei, the son of Elah, in Benjamin. Geber, the son of Eri, was in the country of Gilead, in the country of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and of Og, king of Bashan. And he was the only officer which was in the land. Was Og not a giant? I don't know, another thing I gotta look into. Judah and Israel were many, as the sand which is by the sea in multitude, eating and drinking and making merry. I believe that the populations were way bigger back then. Way bigger. Today, think of the downtown areas and how much is abandoned. I don't even think our populations today are rivaling what they were at certain points past the reset. Stuff is just so abandoned today, and populations are dwindling. Barely anyone has children anymore. For huge amounts of the population, the entire Baphomet class, it seems like they cap out at 2 children. And with the rates of homo lifestyles today and people who just choose to not have children, there's no way that the populations today are large. It seems like empty. It seems like they're already going for those Georgia Guidestone numbers of, oh, keep the population under 500,000. I would not be surprised at all to find out that there's only a couple million people on Earth at this point. I don't know. I'm guessing, but I don't believe the population numbers. And okay, maybe like a couple 100 million. I don't know, but I don't believe the billion figures that they get 7 billion people on it. No, I don't believe that. Okay. And Solomon reigned over all kingdoms from the river unto the land of the Philistines and unto the border of Egypt. They brought presents and served Solomon all the days of his life. And Solomon's provision for one day was 30 measures of fine flour and 60 measures of meal. 10 fat oxen and 20 oxen out of the pastures, and 100 sheep, besides hart and roebucks, and fallow deer, and fatted fowl. For he had dominion over all the region on this side of the river, from Tipshah, even to Azza, over all the kings on this side of the river. And he had peace on all sides round about him. And Judah and Israel dwelt safely, every man under his vine and under his fig tree, from Dan even to Beersheba, all the days of Solomon. And Solomon had 40,000 stalls of horses for his chariots, and 12,000 horsemen. And those officers provided victual for King Solomon, and for all that came unto King Solomon's table, every man in his month. They lacked nothing. Barley also and straw for the horses, and dromedaries brought they unto the place where the officers were, every man according to his charge. And God gave Solomon wisdom and understanding exceeding much, and largeness of heart, even as the sand that is on the seashore. And Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of the east country, and all the wisdom of Egypt. For he was wiser than all men, that Ethan Then Ethan, the Ezrahite, and Heman, and Chalcol, and Darda, the sons of Mahol, and his fame was in all nations round about. Stuff like this, I love the little details like this, and would be interested if you could, because these are all clearly wise men from times past, and curious if any of their works exist, or if you could find out what their expertise was in, or what they did. And he spake 3,000 proverbs, and his songs were 1,005. And he spake of trees, from the cedar tree that is in Lebanon, even unto the hyssop that springeth out of the wall. He spake also of beasts, and of fowl, and of creeping things, and of fishes. And there came of all people to hear the wisdom of Solomon, from all kings of the earth, which had heard of his wisdom. So notice the things that he was wise in, real life things. He knew what all the trees were, and what you could do with them, and what their wood was good for, and what animals lodged in those trees. And he knew what to do with the things that would pop out of a wall. Oh, that's that plant, and it's used for this. And knew all the different fish. Knew he had exhausted everything that there could be, all the knowledge that could be gained on earth. But I just find it very grounding, the things that they mention here, and the things that people cared about back then. Not the same sort of things that people care about today. People could live their whole life today and never ask, hey, what's that little shrub I see pop up all over the place? What's it do? What's its name? People don't ask those questions. You know, some people do, not everybody, but people just used to live in a much more real reality. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. God bless everyone.